Hi everybody, welcome back to School at Home, Home at School, however you're going to say that. I hope everybody is feeling good and staying healthy. Today we are in day 2 of our Miss Giggle lesson about grooming Coco. Today we are going to retell our story from yesterday. We're going to sing a song about grooming Coco. We are going to recall the story. So we're going to recall the story while we are working on making a project to cut Coco's hair. Then we are going to do some keyword blending. So we're going to blend a new word that we haven't seen before using our new sound. So let's get started. First we're going to retell our story. I hope this works with this board. Okay, so I'm going to retell the story. Oh, it just occurred to me. You're just at home. When we're at school, I lay these pictures out and students have to pick which one they think comes next in the story. So I'm going to hold them up. It's not going to be that easy. And you can just have your child point to the screen and we'll see how they do. Okay, so they're out of order. One day, Miss Giggle got a new dog. She showed it to Pete, Kate, and Sue, and Miss Giggle said, "This is Coco." The children smiled. Kate said, "Coco's hair is long. She needs a haircut." And Miss Giggle said, "Yes. Coco's fur grows very fast. I will take Coco to the groomer." A groomer is someone who cuts dogs' fur. So look at the pictures. Which one looks like it's Miss Giggle talking to everybody about her new dog? And that is this one right here. So this is the first thing that happened in the story. So I'm going to put this on our storyboard right here because this is the first thing that happened. First, Miss Giggle brought home Coco and everybody got to meet Coco. Okay, let's see what happens next in the story. Hold these out. Miss Giggle and Coco went to the groomer. The groomer put Coco on the table and she began to groom Coco. You know what, this one's tricky. In the story, this is the one. This is it. It could be this one, right? Because it looks like the groomer put Coco on the table. But here it is. Coco is on the table. So that's what happened next in the story. So you can see first, everybody meets Coco and they agree Coco needs a haircut. Next, Miss Giggle takes Coco to the groomer and the groomer puts Coco on the table. Then what happens? Let's find out. The groomer brushed Coco and then she cut Coco's fur. The scissors made a sound. So which one looks like the groomer cutting Coco's fur? Right here. Here's the groomer cutting Coco's fur. So that's going to be third in our story. What happens last? Let's find out. This one's kind of easy because there's only one left. But here it is. When Miss Giggle went home, she told the children about Coco's haircut. Miss Giggle said, "The groomer cut Coco's fur. Listen, the scissors made this sound. K, k, k. The letter K makes the k sound too. Pete, Kate, and Sue said, k, k, k." So this is the last thing that happens in the story. Miss Giggle goes home and tells everybody about what happened at the groomer. So let's review what happened. First, Miss Giggle brings home Coco, and she tells all the kids about it. They all agree Coco needs a haircut. Next, the groomer puts Coco on the table. Then she cuts Coco's hair, and Miss Giggle can hear k, k, k as she uses the scissors to cut Coco's hair. Last, Miss Giggle brings Coco home and tells everybody about it, and they all make the sound k, 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 like the letter K makes. We're going to practice that right here with our sound card. K, 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 k. And we make that sound right here in our throats. At home, some of your children will front that, and they might make a sound like t or d or something like that. We're going to try and just give them the cue by putting your hand right on your throat, maybe on their throat, or having them put their hand on your throat so they can feel that k, 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 k. Okay. Now we're going to try and sing this song. Coco needs grooming, Coco needs grooming, k, 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 k. Let's groom Coco, let's groom Coco, k, 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 k. So it's a good way of practicing that k sound through song. All right, now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the finished project first. We're going to have a page that is covered with lines and a second page with Coco on it. We're going to draw Coco, and then I've already cut this just so you can see what it's going to look like. And what you're going to do with all those lines is you're going to cut. It's good practice, fine motor practice for students to cut and to draw. So the first page we're going to do is of Coco. So at home, I'm going to use a marker, but it doesn't matter. You can have a pencil, you can have crayons, you can have colored pencils, whatever you have at home will be just fine, a pen even. Okay, and we're going to just make shapes and connect them and to make our Coco, our dog. At home, moms and dads, don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like this. Whatever it is, just accept it, and that is what your child can do. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle, and this is going to be Coco's face. And Coco has ears. Let me show you the drawing here that we have of Coco. His ears kind of go down. My drawing isn't going to look exactly like this. I'm going to make some ovals for Coco's ears on each side. And then I'm going to make some eyes. And when I make eyes, I just make little dots and fill them in. Dot and fill it in. And for Coco's nose, I'm going to make a triangle. So 3 sides to that triangle. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to make a letter U going one way and a letter U going the other way. And I'm going to give Coco some whiskers because dogs have whiskers. So 3 little dots there. And that's going to be my Coco. Then I'm going to take another sheet of paper. So I'm going to put this down for a second. Oops, I just realized I don't have another sheet of paper. Okay, I will be right back. Haha. Okay, and on the second sheet of paper, You want it to look like this. There's words on the top of this, and we're not going to do that. We're just going to draw a line across the top. So parents at home, you can let your child do this, because we are working on straight lines. So draw a straight line across the top, and that is going to be where we stop when we're cutting. And then we're going to draw a bunch of lines going down. Down, 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 down. And you can draw as many as you want. Then you're going to attach these two papers together. So I'm just putting the dog, Coco, in the back, and then this page in front. And you can staple it. If you don't have a stapler at home, no worries. You can use tape, you can use glue, whatever you want. So tape is fine too. That's my dog barking right now. There's a neighbor walking in the hallway. Okay, so we are going to then cut on the line. And my scissors is very big. You should use a child-safe scissors. And at home, if your child is having a little trouble cutting, you can always do hand over hand and help with that. It's usually the up part when you're opening the scissors that's a little difficult. Maybe I'll turn it this way. So you can just kind of hand over hand, give it a little push just to help with that. But this is really good fine motor control practice. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut on these lines like this. And we can make that sound. And I stop right when I get to that brown line that I made at the top. Let's try it again. Yeah, one more time on the line. So straight lines are much easier for children to cut than curvy lines. So I'm going to do one more together like this. The other thing I do when I cut on lines is sometimes we pretend that the scissors is a train and we're trying to stay on the track. And we sing this song. Ooh, train goes down the track. Ooh, now it's coming back. Choo, 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 choo. And we try to stay on that line. Ooh, train goes down the track. Ooh, now it's coming back. Choo, choo. So you get the idea. Then, when you lift this up, you've groomed Coco, and he can see. So that's what that should look like. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is review some of our sounds. And then we're going to make a new word. All right. Let's start with this one. This is the sound that the short U makes. And our language experience for this was we tried to lift a heavy bag of sugar, and we needed sugar to put in our tea. This was one of the very first language experiences we had towards the beginning of the year. Our friend Sephiroth has, his name starts with this S. D, D, D. our language experience for this one was we drummed. We got out some drums and we marched around the room and we did drumming with the D sound. And that too is Daniel's name, David and Miss Paluski's name, Miss Paluski's room, Danae and Dante. And I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else in Miss Paluski's room who starts with a D. You remind me. If I forget, just let me know. Okay. This one is O, 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 O. So the letter O has two sounds. Yesterday we learned ah when we went to the doctor's office. That was the short O. This is the long O. And in this one, this is Kate, character who returns in our stories. And she is saying, oh, oh, because she's afraid of a bee chasing her. So we say, oh, 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 oh. And a reminder again that with some of these, we always have the uppercase and lowercase on the sound card, but then we show the other ways that you might see O, the long O sound in print. So the O is in black, and then the sound that you don't pronounce is in gray. And then we're just going to review our new sound one more time. Tell me k, 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 k. And we're going to put some of those sounds together to make a new word. I'm going to start out just by showing you the letter, and you tell me if you know what that is. K. T, t. We're going to put those sounds together, and what word do you think we made? K, t. Bring them together. Cut. Cut. We made the word cut. Cut. You can see a girl cutting in this picture. She's using a scissors to cut. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. Parents at home, if you have any questions, please just text me and I will hopefully be able to answer. And I hope everybody stays healthy and that you go outside and get some fresh air and that you are eating well, making good choices. And I miss you. I love you. Bye.